My name is Kevin Nelson, and we are in Bellingham, Washington, at Bison Bookbinding and Letterpress, our business that we run from our home. We've been in business for 9 years now. We started in 2004. My wife is an artist, and she went to the Oregon College of Art and Craft to study bookbinding and letterpress printing. And when she got out, she saw that there was no letterpress shops in Bellingham, and it was a perfect opportunity to open one and take over the world. She does the design work on a computer, and then we have a piece of film made from the design, and then we use photopolymer plates to do our printing. Primarily we use a Heidelberg windmill, which is a letterpress that's found in most commercial print shops. They use it for die cutting and foil stamping, scoring cards, but we use it for printing. So not that many people in modern times use Heidelbergs for printing because they're slower. A lot of print shops are using these 40-foot long 6-tower presses, which could just send out tens of thousands of prints an hour. This is more for meticulous handwork, doing artistic sort of printing, and we use Heidelberg for everything. We print all of our cards, all of our book covers, most of our jobs. This press is really the heart of our business. We have a number of other letterpresses, and they all come in handy. They have different sizes. Some are really large, so we can do large format printing, but they're hand crank presses, so they're much slower. But if we're doing a short run of something, they're perfect for that. This press right here is an old Vandercook. They only made 2,000 of this particular model, so we feel very fortunate that we got one. This is from 1947, originally owned by Sunset Magazine, and does a very simple operation. You just press this foot pedal down here, and that lifts up these grippers, which grab the paper, and then run it through the press, and take the paper off, and bring it back. Right now it's set up to die cut. So die cutting is taking a piece of flat paper and turning it into an object. On the Heidelberg, we have what's called a top sheet, which is a piece of paper that has a very specific size and fold lines that we use to print against. And we make those here by taking this piece of flat paper, running it through this die, and then pop it out of here. Easier to pop out when you pop out a whole stack at once rather than one at a time. But then it puts these fold lines in here. That we can then use on the Heidelberg. Very important piece for that press. Now I'll take the piece of paper that I just die cut and put it into the Heidelberg. Lock it in with these bars. Now it's ready to print. We got this Heidelberg from a lovely couple in Surrey, BC, who had spent a lifetime doing printing and hot foil stamping. And they took immaculate care of it. It's just about the nicest version of this press that I've ever seen anywhere, and I've seen a lot of these presses in print shops. This one still has the original shine to the paint on it. So it's, I've always tried my best to keep it in the best shape I can, because we feel like we're stewards of these presses. They outlive people's lifetimes. So in the time that you have it, it's your responsibility to keep it in great shape so that it gets passed on to the next generation. This press is, before the Heidelberg existed, there was the Chandler and Price letterpress. They started building these. In fact, the original one was built by a guy named Gordon, and he had a dream. He said that Ben Franklin came to him in a dream and told him how to construct a press. That was basically what he started working on and created, and it revolutionized the printing industry. Before this type of press existed, all letterpresses were just printing one print, say, per minute, where they were the kind that you had a big wooden handle that you'd pull on and create one impression, and there was a long process to get the paper in and out of that. This press changed everything. Overnight, suddenly you went from one impression a minute to 12 or 16 or 20 prints a minute. And I could show you how this works. This one's from 1918. Has the original motor. Still runs great. We use it for most jobs. When they're done, they'll either get die cut or scored on this press. And at 3,000 pounds, it really is overbuilt for what it needs to do. Just built to last forever. Some of the presses I've had to take apart and clean and figure out. But people ask me, what do you do when these things break? And the short answer is that they never break. There's a reason why they're still being used 100 years later, because they just run so efficiently. If you just keep them lubricated and clean, they'll just run seemingly indefinitely. So it's really fun to work with equipment that you can just only imagine how many jobs it's done over its 100-year life, 100-plus-year life. I think just when you're buying something that's made with so much intention, it just has more presence. Like if you're sending a card to someone that hasn't been mass-produced but it's been handled by an individual, I would hope that it would have more meaning for the person on the receiving end, that it's made with love. It's interesting, as the world becomes more virtual, I think that there's a swing in the other direction, kind of balancing it out a bit, where people want to have some sort of tangible connection. Everyone loves getting a letter in the mail. Like, no one ever says, I'll never forget that email that I received, but people will hang on to letters. I know I've probably hung on to every piece of correspondence I've ever gotten in my life. It's just one of those records of your life that, when the power goes out, you don't have access to your email, or if your battery is dead, you can't read your phone messages, but you can always light a candle and read your old letters or write a letter. So I think that there's going to still be a place in the future for people to want to write letters and feel that deep connection.